Hello, good evening. It is High Priestess Jamila. Hello, Stevon Harris. Good evening to you too. Hey y'all. We are at a new moon in Gemini. Okay, tomorrow at 8:25 a.m. will be the official new moon. Okay, she has a little bit of lip on her left right now, but tomorrow will be a complete dark moon. Ooh. So I wanted to come and give you guys some suggested rituals. Um, First of all, shameless plug. We are doing we're gonna do a summer solstice group, and we are already doing S-Butts for that, which is ritual work, spirit work. And it will involve 1111. So make sure that you guys contact me and get at me about that. Okay. And it's not that expensive, for the group. So you guys are more than welcome to get in. We are going to be doing some good work that is something that I can't discuss with the public, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, everybody always gets paranoid when I say that, but you know, listen, um, I feel like when you have to do defensive work, like defense against people that don't want to see you prosper and stuff like that, you know, this is something that we typically, like, once you find out that you have like somebody that's an enemy, those things were already taken care of. Like, for example, right now I have stuff like Fort Knox. Seriously, that's the only way that I can describe it. Okay, it's Fort Knox. So, right now, what Spirit really wants to focus on, even though you do want to make sure you do your defensive work, you want to also work on self. Okay, that's so important. You never, ever, ever want to not take any kind of accountability for the things that you do have the power to change. So, a suggested ritual for the new moon: if there are any addictive behaviors, especially those that are causing problems to you, okay? Now, everybody knows that I smoke cigarettes. Santa Martha's preferred cigarette is Newport's 100s. She doesn't like the shorts. So I smoke. Is that addiction harming me? Not in my opinion. But a lot of people are like, you gotta quit smoking. Well, you know what? If you quit smoking and you still have a lot of negativity and toxicity in your life, hell, you might as well have enjoyed a cigarette. Seriously. So, the main aspect that Spirit wants us to focus on is addictive behaviors, in particular when it comes to drama. Okay. Now, there's a difference between drama and an actual war. Sometimes the war can be just drama, right? Some wars that you have to fight spiritually are more important, right? But if it's something like drama, if you feel like you are craving the drama, in particular of like an ex or other, then this would be a good moon to work on those addictive behaviors. Okay. Now, we are at a new moon in Gemini. We will be in Gemini tomorrow. Right now, we're in Taurus, I believe, but we will be in Gemini tomorrow in the 7th. And, when we're talking about astrology, even in relation to witchcraft, okay, you don't have to get along with all Geminis to benefit from Mercury. So it's not a personal thing, it's an energy thing. So, like the planet Mercury is connected with Gemini, and the planet Mercury is one of my favorite planets. Mercury, Jupiter, the moon. I don't even really have a favorite. But Mercury, you got to love and appreciate that Mercury, okay? And it doesn't matter, like, if you have enemies of certain zodiac signs. Like, I've had enemies that were Sagittarius who are constantly plotting against me now to this day. Now, do I hate Jupiter? No. So it's not about that, okay? And so I've been doing a lot with planetary alchemy. Um, it would be nice if we could all just settle our differences. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it? If everybody could just settle their differences. Nope, can't happen. That has to come from both sides. So when it comes to stuff like that, you want to be just and fair, but you also don't want to be a fool, because some people are there to affect you in ways that are detrimental and dire to your health and your life. So, you know, um, these planets are very important. We are communing during the new moon with the planet Mercury, and I'm loving it. Hey, Phoenix. Hello, sweetie. How are you? Um, so this is going to be a great moon. And I love this time of the year because my birth date is coming up, actually. I'm not a Gemini, I'm a Cancer. I'm on the cusp of Gemini. So I am basically a Gemini and a Cancer, is pretty much what that means, okay? And then I have a very uh, Gemini dominant chart with a lot of Mercury. Like I've got Virgo in my chart, I think in two positions. Um, so, this is a very exciting time for me. Um, and it's been a vast improvement because the past few years or several years, I felt like there's been a whole lot of stuff that I need to clear out and adjust, and this year is just, oh man, I wish I could tell y'all some of the things that I've been doing, but unfortunately I can't at this moment, but eventually I will. Okay, clients know what's going on. Some of my clients are not really listening. They're like, oh, okay, I don't really understand that, but okay. But a lot of my students, they have been getting into it heavily. And you guys know that I just released my shamanic witchcraft course, which I'm so excited about that. And so this year's, for my birthdays, is going to be great, and everything is aligning up, you know what I mean, with my age and everything. So y'all know I'm into numerology. Um, 47 is an exciting age to me. I'll be 47 in Earth years, okay, chronological years, okay, but I feel more like I'm 30 maybe, you know. So, so the numbers are lining up. The numbers are numbering, because we do go by numbers a lot, we do. A lot of witches, even if they don't realize it, you are going by numbers. And so this year we have a new moon, 666. Okay, is all I see is 666. Okay, in that 6 2024, I see 666. Okay, in those numbers, and then of course we have the 7th of June, but tomorrow's very exciting. Okay, and so suggested rituals, definitely. I think clearing out any drama, bad energy that is not needed, that does not serve your purpose. Okay, and we're not talking about people necessarily, right? Like, I think people get that confused, especially when it comes to codependency, right? So, the people in your life are, to me, right? These are my morals. To me, the people in your life are there to celebrate life with you. They're there to celebrate. They're not necessarily there to serve you. Justice should serve you. What's right should serve you. Your craft should serve you. People are not supposed to necessarily be your servants. So there's a lot of people that have that confused a lot. You know what I'm saying? And those are just my morals, right? But I think that if people can celebrate with you, if they can congratulate you, so haters, okay, those people that bring in the energies of hate, you know, if that's the energy that they bring forward, then they do need to go with their energy. So, the dark moon is really good for that. It would be suggested to do the new moon baths, also healing, okay? And then setting certain intentions. A lot of people don't realize that you can do manifestation work, okay? Like, as far as like getting increase, because once once we pass through this new moon, then the moon is going to be waxing, okay? So it's really, really good to work with those energies. And I think that if something has been off or something has been wrong, I think that what you have to do is just think bigger. You have to think higher. You have to think, you have to expand, right? So, if what worked for you several years ago is not working now, to get you out of sticky situations, then it's just time to expand. Okay, so that means thinking a lot deeper, and higher, right? So I know I have because I have connected with my indigenous shamanic ancestors. Yeah. It's not that I haven't been connected to them, it's just that they have been at the forefront here lately, especially. So, and so healing work would be good. There's nothing wrong with healing work. And your healing work is going to depend on what your belief is. Okay. So, I haven't taken a spiritual bath in forever. That I've been taking spiritual showers. So I am going to make sure that I take a dark moon bath. Like I wish that I had one of them bath bombs or whatever. I'm going to try to get the water as dark as possible. Typically you can do that successfully using hibiscus flowers. So I don't really have a lot of hibiscus flowers left. I'm going to try to get some. But there's other things that will make your water dark. So those dark baths are really good too. And that's actually a good idea for those of you that are looking for ideas as far as your businesses. I know that I was thinking about getting into bath bombs. If you do have bath bombs, or if you make bath bombs, or whatever it is that you do, right? Then you can contact me, because I think that when witches do it, they put certain herbs in it and stuff. And so if I make bath bombs, I'd appreciate it if you guys would buy them. I'm not going to do something stupid like put a Trojan horse in it, because that affects my reputation. Like, why would I want to have a reputation? Oh, yeah, sis, I do have activated charcoal, but I don't want it to stain my skin. But I do have a big thing of activated charcoal. But you're right, though. So maybe I can just put a little tiny amount that would not stain my skin. Because I do notice that when I am using charcoal in my workings, like it washes off really easily. So I'm thinking that maybe in a tub of water, that would be good. So, and sis, what are you doing as far as with your business? I wanted to plug your business real quick. We had spoken. I know that sis is really into herbs. Okay, I've always been into herbs too, but sis got me even more into herbs. Like seriously, when we met, yeah, it'll probably stain the tub, and I'll probably have to just. But I got plenty of bleach, so yeah. I'll do that then. That's actually a fantastic idea. Okay, so sis has a company called Exotic House Plants and Herbs, and I'm looking forward to putting in my order with her. So you guys can check that out wherever it is that she tells you to go. Okay, but I think I want like I like those bath bombs. Okay, those are amazing. So we gonna have to get together, sis, and because I told you that I'd be a patron. I'd be happy to get your herbs and plants. I already know you got some exciting stuff going on, sis. It's called Phoenix Gardens. The website will be up next week. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, so it's called Phoenix Gardens. Okay, cool. Well, I look forward to the website. I know it's going to be beautiful. I know it's going to be beautiful. Okay. Yeah. And sis, you need a greenhouse too, man. I love greenhouses and stuff. That's pretty amazing. Yes, I'm so happy and I'm so proud of you, sis. Uh-huh. So, and I already know you gonna have some good ones, because you told me about one. And I'm like, I ain't even never heard of that. So yeah. Yeah. Sis is she bussing. What they call that? She bussing. So yeah, I can't wait for that. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Well, I look forward to it because I love plants and I love herbs. And so I plan on doing the same thing. Like I was trying to grow flowers. I tried to grow some hollyhocks and I messed them up because I don't know what I was thinking. Those poor hollyhocks. But I gotta Yeah, sour sop. Am I pronouncing it correct? Sour sop? Yeah. I'm gonna get some of that. I actually have it in my cart right now. Is what I like to do is I like to put stuff in my cart and then like just order it at the end of the day so I can have it the next day. But yeah, I'm gonna get me some of that stuff. So, and I had never heard of that. Never heard of that. So I appreciate you telling me about that. So yeah, but I love plants and flowers and stuff too, and trees and things of that nature. Very healing. And so um that is something that I've always felt like the herbs are good. So of course when I take my bath it's gonna be filled with herbs, right? So and I'm gonna make sure that the herbs are actually touching my skin this time instead of straining the herbs. I just want to take a bath with herbs. So your high priestess will be taking a new moon bath, and I am going to use the charcoal. I am going to, even if it kind of makes me a little darker looking, I don't think it will. I think I'll be all right. Maybe I'll take a shower afterwards if that's the case. But that charcoal is good because charcoal, activated charcoal, what it does is it pulls impurities out of the body. And you know, sis, they actually have the bath salts with the activated charcoal in it. You can actually get it from the store. So I'm getting me some I'm gonna see if they have any in stock, and I might just do that, but then add like a little tiny amount. But I am gonna get my bath together in a few here. And I like to divinate when I want to figure out what herbs I want to use. You know, because it's like it's a formula, you know what I'm saying? So and I'll be having my whole family do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I need to get some of that. I need to give me some of that. I've heard of that. I've heard of that. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, I'm gonna tell you something. I know that I at least, but I think we all are overdue for a good spa day. You know what I mean? And you know, sis, I want to open up a healing spa, and I've been my spirits have been thinking about that, and I've been thinking about it a lot more here lately. So we can get together. We always talked about that. We always talked about the healing spa, right? And we're gonna do it. Okay, just like a have massage therapists, acupuncturists there, and just like this whole area where people can, you know, get healing and stuff. You know. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, also stress, you know, stress is so bad for the body. It is. So it is important to take those spiritual baths. I know that because of time management, I've been just doing the showers, but Spirit said, nah, you taking a bath today. Today, you taking a bath. You know, you can do spell work. You can do actual spell work in the bathtub too. You can burn a petition into the bath. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Just burn it and let the ashes go in there. I'll be doing that too. So, you know. Hmm. So this new moon is gonna be good. The new moon is also good for what? It's good for transmuting negative energies. You know, if more people would transmute, mm, one spirit's name that comes up for me is Hyacinthe. Um, but people that need to transmute that negative energy, they will literally banish that spirit away. Don't do that because you've got to transmute it. And transmutation, it doesn't have to be hard. You know what I mean? I use fire for a lot of that because fire is like, you know, amazing, but water is good too. So the new moon is actually good for that. I mean, the full is good for that too, but if you got some stuff going on to where it's very serious, the dark moon is really good, and she's just so healing, and I don't understand why people don't want to accept her healing. It's very bizarre, but I know I do. When she pops up and she says, "Hey, would you like my healing? Would you like me to make things better?" I hope who wants to make things better. I raise my hand for real, and I take that. I accept that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I'm excited about this moon because we are doing some really really good work when it comes to 1111 work. Just FYI, guys, just to kind of give some good info to the public, this would be the time where you would start working with 1111, would be June. May possibly too, but June would be the time where you start connecting with 1111, okay? And whatever it is that your spirits, has an alignment with that, um, but this is the time because we were actually able to work within the energies of 1111 up until like April, May, and so of last year, right? April, the 1111 of 2023. But you can start working around that. It's something about that date, something that happens on the planet. It's very mystical and very mysterious. I don't question it. I trust Mother Earth. This is my home. Okay. So, I know that there's people that have negative experiences on the earth. And I feel that those negative experiences, I do feel that they don't have to be so negative, right? I was tripping on some news that I was looking at yesterday about these astrologers and psychics, and there was people that was coming to this person and was like, I'm so tired of being on earth and I just want to go, which that's your choice. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm sorry. Earth is too powerful for me. Like everything about Earth is powerful. Like that's what Earth is. It's Earth, it's air, it's fire, it's water. So it's like I can't imagine wanting to be anywhere else. But I think that that happens because of the things that happen on this earth, and they happen for a reason. So, this is a good time to connect. And isn't it like a Earth Day coming up? I know that the summer solstice is coming up, which is such a it's such an important solstice that most people don't like to miss. And just a little tip for the witches, okay? I've seen a lot of witches. What they will do is they'll say, "Oh, the Sabbaths or I don't celebrate every Sabbath, or I just don't see the point." And I think that you would get more out of a Sabbath if you start working with that Sabbath in advance instead of just waiting until that same day to either put up your altars or do something. I think that you would get more out of it if you start working in advance, okay? And see, that's why when we do things, we do them in advance. So like for example, during that time, I know for a fact that Earth's magnetic field increases. I know that for a fact, okay, during that time. And a lot of people, when we're talking about magnetic fields, they try to look at it as negative, but it's actually not a negative thing. Having an increase in Earth's magnetic field, it's actually not, I think it's the way that you look at it, but that's actually a very good thing. It's not anything harmful, and I think it's all about how you take it, right? So, that increase in Earth's magnetic field, I felt the increase at the full moon of May, the one that we had in May. I felt it, right? It was a very powerful shift at the full moon in May. It was so powerful that I'm going to go back and look at what I was doing during the full moon in May. So I think it's interesting vlogging because you're able to like look back and reflect, like, okay, what was I doing during that time? You know what I mean? So that's really interesting. So, um, that right there. And so my circle is open. It's not on the website, and it's mainly because it's too important to go on my website, right? No, we're doing it more so on a privatized basis, and with as far as what we're doing, because sometimes when you tell people what you're doing, it's not to say that they can ruin it, they just make it harder, right? I truly believe that people can't necessarily, like, that evil eye can't necessarily ruin things for you, but more so just make it harder, and I still don't understand why people have to make things so hard, why people want to do that. It doesn't necessarily have to be hard, but I'm not gonna really get into that, you know what I'm saying? It's not, something that is worth it. But I also think that there's some things that it's not about what you want, it's how you're getting it. And then again, it's not about what you do, but how you're doing it. You know what I mean? My way of manifestation has always been the strength card. It's always been the strength card. Working with Santa Martha, she definitely did bring the noise and showed me a bunch of stuff. But all in all, the work that I do with her, it's very quiet. I sit with her. I have cups of coffee with her. I give her a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? And so it's I don't know. I go by my intuition. So, but so those would be suggested rituals. Of course, money rituals are good at any time. I've been to blow cinnamon through my door, but I decided not to because I'm going to do something else. That's what I decided to do. Something else that was more so priority. But, it blowing cinnamon through your front door. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. If that person calls back, um, I'll have to put my phone back on do not disturb because whenever those phone calls come in through Google Voice, it completely cuts out the audio of the StreamYard, which sucks. But hey, Jen, hey, girl, hey. So, what are some other suggested rituals? New job. If you're looking for a new job, if you want to start a new business, this would be a good time to do that. Um, Okay, yeah, I'm back. I had to put my phone on do not disturb. Otherwise, that person probably would have just kept calling back to back. I don't think it was an important call. I think it was somebody that was purposely trying to disrupt this live. And so what were we talking about? We were talking about um well, I can go back and watch it. I already said what I had to say, but we were talking about no, we were talking about spells or rituals that you can do. Uh-huh. Yeah, whoever that is, they're calling back to back, so they'll just catch my voicemail. Whoever it is. Okay. They like ET phone home or something. Yeah, I was talking about rituals, but I was talking about something specific and it triggered somebody to call. Um, yeah, road openers would be good too. Um, I was talking about something before the phone started ringing. It's okay. I already said it. I already said it, so I don't, you know. But so it's a good idea to focus on that, to stay focused. If you have things going on that are causing you to not be able to focus, then make sure that you ask your spirit guides to help you focus. You know what I mean? And so but yeah, I think focus is another thing. I think that's a big thing because a lot of the people that you're having problems with, people that are problematic, they literally have adult ADHD or ADD, which is no, ADHD. There are a lot of adults that actually have ADHD, believe it or not. Okay. And what that is attention deficit hyperactive disorder that causes them to be very frivolous and messy. So, and y'all know that other people and what they're doing doesn't have to affect you. It doesn't because Mercury, just like Uranus, encourages you to find your space, right? To find your space for you and your family. And, that's just how it is. Everybody has the right to do that. And that right can't be taken away from anybody, right? So, you know, so that would be another one is being able to stay focused. So, you know what I mean? And whatever it was I was talking about, trust me, I'm going to go back and listen to it to see what exactly triggered the back to back unknown caller phone call. Um, what's crazy is that as a high priestess, the one thing that I've noticed is that here's the thing, like I figured out how to get what I need and get what I want, but there are people that unfortunately they want to try to tell you how to get what you're supposed to get, and nobody else can tell you about your journey and how it's meant for you to travel through your journey. Okay, so you know what I mean. Unless you, like, even when I do the readings for you guys, there are certain things that I'm telling you that you don't know or that you didn't think about. That's just like when I talked to sis earlier and she told me about the sour sop, right? I had no idea about that, right? Um, but there a lot of the times it's just confirmation, you know what I mean? Is what people are, looking at. So, and when it comes to road openers, I think that a road opener is where you are setting an intention for a destination, right? And I think what is important is is to not allow too many twists and turns in that destination. Like for me, I don't really like to have a plan B unless it's something that I can absolutely live with, right? And I think there's a lot of people that they 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 want that plan B, but for me, I like to stay on the straight arrow, right? So I don't like. I guess that irritates people because they feel like what I do affects them, but it actually doesn't, because maybe the path that you were supposed to travel and maybe your destination didn't necessarily involve me or some other person. So, that's called wisdom. So, when people do that, and especially when, it's time to let go. So, for example, oh, that's another thing, letting go. You know, um, People know that when it's time to let them go, whether or not it is forever or for a little while, they don't want you to do that. But see, that's something that people can't tell you what to do, right? So that's why we do the work, because otherwise a lot of people would just stay, latched on to people that are not compatible with them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I get along with Pretty Phoenix and Jen and one EQL. She'll be back soon. Is because we have things in common. There's commonality there. You know what I mean? So, and if somebody doesn't have anything in common with you, and, they think, oh, well, those planets are just standing up there and none of this means anything, then, more than likely, a person that doesn't believe in the same thing, they're not going to have much time for you. You know what I'm saying? And so people have to realize that and accept that. So the dark moon is also good for breakup work, um, to banish cord cuttings. Cord cuttings is actually essential. And a lot of the times, the dark moon will assist in cord cuttings. Really, a lot will assist in cord cuttings, because when people, I have actually have a cord cutting jar, and I notice that whenever I touch that thing or light it up, folks pop up because they can feel it. They feel that disconnect, and so then I said, well, shoot, I said I'm gonna have to think bigger, because cord cuttings are essential. They really are. So don't forget to do those, because those are actually very powerful during a new moon, because sometimes the cord does have to be cut. you know Sometimes there may be 100 cords that you need to cut. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. you know um if people don't want to let you go, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. You know what I like to start telling people that don't want to let go, or they don't want to let go of their silly ideas that were meant to harm you. So some people, their plan in life meant for you to be harmed in some kind of way. I tell them to go to God, go find God. That's gonna be my favorite saying going forward. All of the details are just stress. It just produces stress. All of those details. Like, seriously. It's just like, listen, you need something. We all need something. You know what I'm saying? Even though you don't want to manifest with the energy of need. You don't want to do that. But we all need something. Everybody wanting for something, right? Okay. Um, then go to God. Some people will say, well, my God is Jesus and my God is the God of the Bible. Okay, well, then why aren't you talking to that God? Go talk to that God. Why are you always trying to talk to me? I'm not that God, right? So I did tell people, go find your God. I've got mine. Okay. God, yes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my gods are, whatever my powers are, however I connect with my power. Okay. So it should be the same for everybody else. So people that's acting like, oh, and they don't want the cord cut. So that's why they're constantly doing certain things, but and those people will make it difficult. They will, because and most of the time what they're doing is rumors. So somebody that doesn't want to cut the cord from you, I always like to be very specific in my workings. Okay. And I don't just be writing out petitions no more, y'all. I type them out these days. Ain't nobody got time for all that writing. It's too much. It would be too much damn writing. So I just type it and print it out. But you want to, like in your cord cuttings, you know, a person, what they'll do is when you try to cut the cord, they want to come back and they want to spread a rumor so that the cord can't be cut. Well, guess what? This person that I'm cutting the cord from, if they come back with some kind of lie, I'm transmuting the negative energy, or I won't be afflicted or affected by those lies. And, just, y'all, I have a very complicated mind. I be thinking of everything I do. I think of everything, everything and because that's the way that it is. That's what I've noticed that people will do is, people that are not necessarily ready to let you go, or people that burn bridges behind them. They will try to do certain things. So you can just make it all at once, all in one. If you're doing a witch bottle or a candle, just whatever it is that that person is going to do, just set an intention for them not to be able to do it and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Uh, Charging your candles, your waters, even your oils would be good for the new moon, making new moon waters and stuff. I know I'm going to be doing all of that, charging my candles as soon as I get my candle order in. I'm going to charge about 50 tea lights with new moon energy, so doing things like that definitely helps. Like, when you see me outside, I actually did a video on this to where I'm like holding up my candles to the moon. That's charging your candles with that moon. And so during the dark moon, you can't see the moon, which sucks. So you just kind of have to wing it, or you can get one of those apps that show you exactly where the moon is adjacent to wherever you are. But the just sitting stuff outside definitely helps. So, and so that is what I would do. I would make it special. I would go the extra mile. If you're tired and everything, if you're too tired to do those things, then that probably could mean that someone or something has connected to you or your source of energy, and that's why you're tired. So, I know that today I'm going to get me some cranberries. Cranberry juice for some reason gives me a lot of energy. So I'll be drinking me some cranberry juice today, some natural cranberry juice. So, doing things like that, but then also when you do your core cuttings, make sure you take back your power, because you've been conserving that power since you were a star in the sky. You've been conserving that sun energy and that moon energy and that Jupiter energy. And for you to come down here and be in the flesh and somebody feeds off of your energy, that sucks, right? Because let's face it, the sun is what, billions of miles away? You know what I'm saying? But the sun is actually right there. Like, we can feel the sun, and then we can also feel the moon. But that sucks when people do that, when people take your energy. You know what I'm saying? So, at the same time, there's nothing wrong. I don't believe there's anything wrong with taking your power back. I don't, because you need that energy. You need your life force, don't you? And at the same time, you can connect to source If more people would connect to source. What is source? Source is not only the earth, but source is the moon, the sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn. That's the source. Okay. And you can connect to that source. I haven't done my planetary alchemy bottles yet today. I'm going to do it as soon as I get off of here. Matter of fact, I'm going to go, guys. I hope that this discussion helped y'all, though. Y'all know I'm always here to help. You know what I mean? And it does work. It does. It works. Those Mercury alchemy bottles, the Venus alchemy bottles, those things work. Because what is Venus about? Venus is about self love. If you go through a bad breakup, connect with Venus. Venus will help you with your self love, and it will help you not be so lonely or sad because that person left you high and dry and did you dirty. But then again, sometimes Saturn might help with that. You know what I mean? So, hey, Jacob, can you hear me? Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful new moon if I don't hear from you guys. And those of you that are going to be joining the circle for the summer solstice. I'll be seeing y'all. I'll be in touch with y'all for all of the updates and stuff, okay? For this particular new moon. All right. Okay, guys. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Hit that thumbs up for me, please, and subscribe and share. Okay. All right. Bye bye.